Hello, everybody, and welcome to BNC Academy and BNC No More Excuses for Me show. This is your guy here, Mr. M. Dango, and I'm an entrepreneurship trainer, business coach, and Mr. Automator. As you know that recently I've been going after actors, musicians, and all of the people that we see on our screens each and every day, because I really want to know, and I really want to go and check and ask what is going on. Why do they choose that, and how are they using that as their career? As you know, on this show we are inspired to inspire, so we need to go and get those people so that they can come and share with us their journey. And on my research, on my digging, I couldn't find anyone who is better than my friend here, the guy that I'm having today. You might have seen him on your screens. You might actually see him right now on your screens each and every day, as he is playing right now. He's actually playing Ubet Nawe too on SABC One. He was again on Scandal, but we are going to dive deep on that. So today I have none other than my brother here, Jason. How are you, brother?
I'm good, and you, my brother. Thank you very much for having me in the interview.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor, man, to have you on my show. You have no idea how I was saying, I need to get these people. I need them so they can come in. And you were not difficult to get. You just said, okay, let's do it, buddy. And then boom, we are here. Thank you so much for that, man.
It's a pleasure.
Great. Okay, so before we dive into our talk today, I want to know, who is Jason? Can you tell us, who is you?
Jason Willemse is an actor. I'm a father also. I've been married for 7 years. I've been in various soapies. I've been in Scandal, Generations. I've been in the movie that won last year in New York, called Salvation. So and a few adverts and among other things. So that's who's Jason Willemse.
Wow. You have been on Generation, and by the time I was reading your bio, I was trying to think, did I see you on Generation or not? Because was it that time you actually appeared on Generation? I was a Generation addict. Yeah, but yeah, so I was asking myself, did I not? But anyway, that's cool, because I remember you saw very well on Scandal. But anyway, that's good. So tell me, when did you start acting? And also tell me, what's on air? Why did you choose acting? Did you want to be a celeb? Tell me the secret of you being
I don't know. I think everything is that's a good question. I think everything is a calling, I tried other things before I get to where I started. I'm good with computers, so I tried that, but then acting always, every time I want to give up, then acting comes. I'm like, okay, cool, let me try it again. And the same with this role. I went for a computer course I got accepted into doing coding, and then I'm like, God, should I go? Should I not? Because this was like a bursary almost. And then God just pulled me and said, look, I made up your mind. Opportunity where to? You're going to be the IT guy. I'm like, what? From being one to accepted into an IT school, for being an IT guy on TV. So I think just God made up his mind and said, look here, acting is your calling. So, but where I started was, because I'm from a small town, there was actually no theater. Just to give you a background how small my town is, there's like a petrol station, a post office, and one shop. That's it. That was the small town. So there was no acting there. So I had like a lot of ground to make up. And that was always going to be my biggest challenge as an actor, because where I come from, there's no information that you can study acting. I just see acting on TV. I'm like, okay, cool, that's just acting. But I also didn't know that there's directing, there's camera stuff, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. So somebody came to my school and says, you guys, there's a place in Cape Town called Northlink College, and they offered acting classes. I'm like, okay, cool, let me try this out. I went there. It was very small. It was like, because the college that it was, it's like there was other courses, but drama wasn't the first one. So it was very small, but they were linked to Pretoria. And I didn't know that at the time. So I'm like, let me just do my best and see where it goes. And then out of 50 people, I was one of 7 people that got chosen to further their studies in Pretoria. So I came in second year, and then I got a lot of ground to make up, because now it's different environment, it's a bigger class, and these people have been doing it from the get-go. I passed that, got an agent in Johannesburg called Gaino at the time. I'm now with Elysium, and since then it's just been going strength for strength. But there's been difficult times. But also to answer your question, did I ever want to be famous? I think every actor would lie if they say they don't want to be famous. But I always says fame is just a byproduct. Always focused on the craft and telling the story to the best of your possibility. And if it's going to contribute to society, that's a plus. That's always what I'm trying to achieve.
Wow. Wow. You touched a very important part that always contribute. Then famous will come as an end product, but you don't start something, say, my goal here is just to be famous. Famous of what? Yeah. Doing what exactly? Wow.
I mean, if you get famous, if that's your aim and you do succeed, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it, but for me, it's just focusing on perfecting my craft, which is the acting. I got no problem of being like they say typecast, maybe as a gangster or whatever, but then it must be different than the previous character. There must be something different in the character, and that's how I'm gonna grow. And I always see every character, what can I learn about myself, and also what can I learn from a character. And if the two meet, then I'm happy.
Wow, that's amazing. And I've got a question that I want to ask you, right? Of the challenges you have been facing in your acting. Tell me about the role challenges according to your standards. I mean, the role versus your standards and your values and other things. Like you do have got your own standards and your own values, and the role would demand you to do other things that does not match with your standards and your values. How do you deal with that? Or have you ever encountered that as yet? If no, have you also ever had other people who have encountered such issues as well? Like their roles or their standards and their values going against the available roles that they actually needed to go and cast for?
Well, it happens all the time. I mean, every character, like I said, there's some stuff I don't agree to what my character is doing, and some stuff I'm like, cool. I would handle it differently, or there's some stuff I do agree. But then by the end of the day, it is not about me. I got my values. It's about the character and how the writer sees the character progressing. So, like I said, I got my values. But as soon as I see the character, then I should let go. And also by letting go, it opens me up more for what other people are experiencing their lives, or what the character is experiencing. So I think by the end of the day, it's not about me. It's about serving a purpose inside the story as the character.
Oh, serving a purpose inside the story as a character.
Because if I'm gonna say, if I got my values, if I'm gonna go after every character, if I say I don't want to play this, I don't want to do that, then I'm not gonna grow. And first of all, I'm not gonna get any work. So I'm always willing to listen, and I'm always willing to learn from my character and from the director who's ever directing me or writer.
Great. Okay, cool. So you've answered that, but did you ever face any other challenges in your career, and apart from relocating, trying to learn about the industry itself? What other challenges did you also face? Either getting the gigs either getting conflicting gigs, or either way, you know, I don't know, did you ever encounter
The
those
thing
things?
is, whatever actors going through when they start and still going through, even if the experience is getting gigs, going to auditions, there's like hundreds like me sitting in the queue. And then and if you don't get it, that's where the catch comes. If you don't get it, life can get difficult. But if you do get it, obviously it's a blessing. But then you must just keep your head down and be humble and try for the next one, because I believe in this industry, there's a time for everyone to shine. It's like I saw a post this morning of Trevor Noah when he says life is like a bus stop. Some buses you get on, it will take you to the destination. Some buses is not meant for you. So I always say, if my friends get a gig, I'm always happy for them, because I know how difficult it is to get to that point. And if I get a gig, I'm always happy for the other people acting with me. I've always been that person. I'm very happy when somebody gets, but it's very difficult. Going to audition is a challenge, because if you don't get a gig, you don't have money. And if you don't have money, how can you get to the gig? So, but I'm a big believer, believing in God. If you pray and you just believe, okay, this is your vision, this is your purpose, this is your gift, this is what you're going to do, then things will eventually fall into place.
Oh, wow. So does that mean that other actors might stay for months or even years without gigs?
Yeah, luckily they haven't happened to me before, but it has happened to my friends before in the industry.
Oh.
If they don't get a gig, or there's no income, then that's why you see a lot of actors going back to corporate work or whatever they do. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge for most actors in South Africa.
Oh, wow. So that brings me to my other point of, do other people act because they just love acting, or the business side of it? Or let's talk about the business side. I saw that you studied entrepreneurship and business management. So let's also talk about that. How can you make sure that you are not just doing acting because you love acting, like talking, you know? And how can you also make sure that when you are getting these gigs and sort of stuff, you are also doing it as a business? Because acting is career, just like music, you know, that's your career, that's your bread and butter. So how do you ensure that you are also doing the things the right way as well in that industry?
The thing is, a lot of actors, unfortunately, in South Africa didn't study business. When I studied drama in Cape Town, they made it part of the requirement. You guys need to do this for at least for 1 year. This business in entrepreneurship. But when I got to Pretoria, they didn't have that background. So which is something different. So that's why I say a lot of actors don't understand the business side. Maybe now, I don't know, but a lot of my friends don't understand also the value of saving money. Because if they do a gig for 6 months, after that they stop, then they don't have money. So I'm not saying save all your money and then live fearlessly and you don't want to spend, but I also say be careful with your money, but you can still spend your money. But if you find that balance, then I think you're good. How I learned also more about money wasn't actually when I was studying money, but I did children's theater in Cape Town a few years back. And that's when my whole mindset changed, because there we got paid weekly. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me save maybe let me take all the money of the first week, maybe pay rent or wherever I stayed. It wasn't a lot at the time. And then the second week, use that money for bus. And maybe by the third week, I say, let's put that money away. So by the end, when that contract is done, then I know there's at least some money for me to move forward in life. Where other actors, they use all their money, and when that contract is done, they're very stressed about the next gig. And obviously, I'm still stressed, but I'm not as stressed as them. Because there's always something that I did put away, or some investment, or some business deal that I tried to get while I was busy with that gig.
Wow. So if I am to drop everything that I am doing and start acting, my advice also is, let me not try to live as Jason, because Jason have been in the industry. He is growing. He have got a gig on a soapie that is happening every day, and I still don't have, So because that's what most people do. Like if they just appear on one movie or appear on one thing, now they now want to say, okay, since you know me, now that you know me, so I must also start live like one. I must also start live like a celeb because I am appearing.
Yeah, but you must also remember that Instagram is also, it's not real life. Some people pretend, and don't fall into that trap. Don't compete with them. If you could start compete with the Instagram, like, I don't know, it's not gonna work out.
Yeah, because most of the cars we also see on Instagram, they're actually hired, or yeah, and also you will fall into that trap and lack discipline and stop in investing. So whoever that is, no matter what business are you into, don't compare yourself to the next person, but compare yourself with yourself. Your yesterday and your today must be different, and your tomorrow must be different than today. So don't compare yourself with anyone, because you have no idea what's in Jason's pocket. So you have got whatever you have in your pocket, but you can't compare it to anyone. Wow, that's a very powerful truth. That's a very powerful point. And also, what can other people do to maintain their contract? Because we read in newspapers, in magazines, that this one was fired, this one was fired. Why are some of the actors being fired from their role? Is it lacking of their professionalism, or what is it that is actually going on there?
I actually don't know, to be honest, because when I act in the production, it's usually between the actor and the producers. So I don't think I'm the right person to answer that question. All I know as an actor myself, I'm very disciplined, and I always do the best of my ability in every production. And that's it. That's all I can say.
Wow. Okay, cool. Thanks. I think I'm actually gonna bring a producer so that we can also hear what's really going on their side as well. Yeah. And
I would also like to I also like to know what is the process and what is happening, because I haven't experienced that before.
Okay, great. Yeah, because I also want to know, what are they looking for in an actor? When they say this one is a disciplined actor, what is it that they refer to? Is it character? Is it their ability to show up every day? What is it exactly that they actually look look for as well? Wow, that's great. So tell me about your scandal journey, right? Your scandal journey and Ubet now. You just told me that right now you are doing things that you love on a show that you are also loving as well, right? You are an IT somebody, and on Ubet now you are doing IT there. So how did that connect? That's number one. And then the other thing is, or let's start with your scandal, because right now you are no longer on your scandal. Yeah. So how did you get there on Scandal? Scandal is such a very huge TV show. How did you get there, and what was your feeling? And did you have some people who connected you? How did it happen? Tell me about that.
So my agent at the time, they sent me an audition, and then I auditioned for it. I went to the studios. That day, I still remember the security guard didn't want to let me in. I don't know why, because it was a public holiday. They said there's nobody there, but luckily the producer pitched and not the producer, the casting director pitched, and it's like, okay, now I'm actually doing auditions today. I did the audition. 2 months, I didn't hear about it. That time I was like, you know what? I'm done with acting. I can't do this anymore. I'm done. And just as I'm about to quit, they called me the Sunday night. They say, look here, we like you. We really like you. You're starting on Tuesday. I was like, what? So that's how I started Scandal. I was sitting in the queue like everyone else, did my audition, forgot about it. And a month or two later, that's how I got the Scandal role.
A month or two?
Later, yes.
In dark. Wow.
I was like, I'm going to give up. And then Scandal came through for me at that
just
time.
When you were about to give up, and then they called you, and they called you on Sunday evening.
Yeah, Sunday evening. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what number is this? When I got the call, I'm like, it's the people from Scandal. They love me. They want me. And I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you. So I found out even before my agent found out.
Wow. Wow. So tell me, if you had given up then, do you think you were supposed you were going to be on a movie that happened in New York? Were you also gonna be there if you had given up then?
If I've given up, I have actually had no idea where my life would have been. I mean, acting for me, it gives me purpose. It gives me something to wake up in the morning, something to look forward to. Like I said, it is a difficult industry, but just waking up and say, okay, what possibilities is out there? But I mean, of course, at the beginning, last year was lockdown. It was a tough time for everyone, especially for artists also in South Africa. And then I got opportunity way to this year. So you never know what might happen, where your life might go to. I saw somebody that was in Scandal that is now in America, Tuso, Underground Railway Road. And I mean, that can happen to anyone as long as you trust the journey. What would have happened if she gave up? I mean, you wouldn't have seen her in this beautiful production that's now on Amazon. So all I'm saying is also never give up. I mean, there's going to be tough times, but never give up. Believe in yourself. In this industry where they reject you all the time, audition after audition, is you must have the willpower. You say, look here, that was not meant for me. That's not my bus, like Reverend Noah said. The next one is for me. I don't know, maybe the next one. And one of those buses, you're going to get on there and you never know where that road is going to take you.
Wow. Never give up. And, I always tell people that, there is no good time to give up at all. There is no any good time to give up at all, because look, you were just at the edge to say, no, enough is enough. I've done enough. 2 months of waiting, that's it. And then boom, you got a call later on Sunday. Wow, that's so amazing. You are such an inspiration.
Thank you.
From this. Thank you for that. And tell me on Ubet now too. What's your role there, and how does it happen, and how did you get there on Ubet now? How did you get there?
Also, again, audition, but this time self-tape, like we do now almost, because it was COVID, so they don't allow people to go in. So I also forgot about it, but this time it didn't take 2 months, it took like a week. They called me the Friday, said you're starting the Monday, which was very quick. I was a last minute casting, which is also good because it was, for me this year, it was, should I do the computer thing now, go into that because I'm good to that, or keep with the acting? And then, like I said, God just made up his mind and said, there you go, you got your IT, even though it's not the real one, it's IT on TV. But what made my character different in putting away to Wendell is that he's got autism. He's got Asperger's syndrome, and so he's not as severe as autism, but he's under umbrella. So what my character is showing viewers is that people, there's got Asperger's, autism, they're also like normal people. They can have like a normal life, they can have a normal job. They're just normal human beings, and that is what I love about my character. Because everything at work is going to be a challenge for him because he got autism. Not like the other people in the story. They normal. Not that my characters are normal, but this is almost like the underdog. If he does something right, it's a victory for everybody to say, look here, you can make it.
Wow. Wow. I love it. I love it, man. I love it. Really, I'm really enjoying this conversation. I can go for 20 hours with you. because I am learning quite a lot. I'm not an actor, but
Okay.
I'm so fascinated about that because I'm also a public figure as well.
Okay.
Because I'm always out there. We also do our own events. We train our
Public speaking for me something I haven't mastered. So I'm taking my hat off to you because I know it's difficult doing public speaking. Like I said the other day to a friend, that's a radio presenter, I'm saying, hey, the radio, it's a very difficult medium because you got the adverts, you need to slot in what you want to say in the quickest way and effective way as possible. So that's something a whole different ball game. So that I'm taking my hat off to you for public speaking.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Thanks, man, for that. So tell me, as we are about to end this, right? Just tell me, life as a celeb, life as an actor. Is it pressure? Do you guys sometimes feel pressurized, or what is it that you can say? Okay, this is what I love about this, and this is what I don't like about being an actor. Do you like something or so? Tell me about that.
Luckily through Scandal, I've learned a lot about being a celebrity. I've learned also how to handle it through Scandal because I'm like a nervous guy. I'm a shy guy. But I do interact with my fans. If they want to take a photo, I let them have the moment. I never say no to nobody. I've never done it. But what Scandal, of course, when my character first appeared in Scandal, I didn't know how was people going to receive it. I'm like, sure, I don't know. I was very scared, but luckily it went well. It was a nice experience. But being a celebrity, like I said, just be grounded. I have lost things also, and I've also gained things. And through that time where I lost things was when I learned the most about myself as a person, as a character. I always say, be grounded. Don't let the fame go to your head because tomorrow it might be gone. Then what do you do then? So by the end of the day, I would say to anyone that wants to do acting, that wants to be in this industry, keep your head down, be humble, be grounded, and enjoy the moment. And just enjoy the moment. Don't change through the way and then it's like, no, I'm a star, I made it. It doesn't really work that way. It doesn't, because you never know what might happen. What if you lose it? Like I said, I've been through that. Then you must still be true to yourself. So that's why I don't think fame will ever go to my head.
Always be humble and know yourself. Because if you try to do as what other people are doing, then you are missing the ball. Wow. So you need
to... We also had a new generations. I mean, just opening the newspaper, if you see what happened to the celebrity, I'm like, don't let that be you. Don't let that happen to you. Because we are also trying to pay way for the new actors that's going to come after me to say, look here, those are the mistakes I made, but you can do better. Don't do this, don't do that. Give them advice, even if they get bigger than you. Just that you know you gave them advice at some point in their life to take forward in life.
Wow. Always learn from those who are also there already. Connect, you just need to connect with other people because no man is an island, right? No man is an island because like from this conversation, brother, I'm learning a lot from you. And if you are also to follow me, you are also gonna learn like a lot as well from what I have done as well. Wow. And thank you so much for that. So where can we get, so where can we get you? Where can we connect with you? And what days are we able to see you on Ubet Now on our screen?
Okay, first of all, it's Monday to Wednesday, 7:30, ACBC 1. And if you got the View app, you can download it on your phone, or you can watch it on the smart TV, laptop, wherever. I think on your phone, it's 30 Rand. If you want to all your family to watch it together, it is 70 Rand. I'm not sure, but that's the prices when I last checked. And then obviously SABC 1, Monday to Wednesday, 7:30, or Mozanzi for sure. But if you want to check in social media, it's Jason Willemse 68 on Instagram and on Twitter, and on Facebook it's Jason1 Willemse on my Facebook page.
You have it, and please also check on the link in the description right now where you can be able to go there and connect with Jason. You need to connect with him. You know, he also have got a YouTube channel as well. That is called Daddy and Daughters, right? Yeah, it's Daddy and Daughters.
Right? Yes.
Yes, yeah. So you need also to go there and just catch up and see him do and actually seeing him off screen, off camera, like see him in person on what is it that he do, you know, him, not not a character. So thank you so much, brother, for making time for us. And to you who is watching, I want you to also to just click on the link below, connect with Jason, and as well join us in our BNC Academy, where you can be able to watch this and many more other interviews that we did with some of the global entrepreneurs, the likes of Robin Banks, the likes of so many people globally who are able to train you, to also show you about their life journey. How did they do that? Maybe you might actually connect to one of them and learn something that you so needed to learn. So thank you so much. I can't wait to see you on our next one. And thank you so much, Jason, for your being with us.
No, thank you for your time, and thank you for having me in the interview. Thank you so much.
Great.